I've done over 35,000 interviews in my career. And as soon as that camera shuts off, everyone always turns to me and inevitably in their own way asks this question: was that okay? I heard it from President Bush. I heard it from President Obama. I've heard it from heroes and from housewives. I've heard it from victims and perpetrators of crimes. I even heard it from Beyoncé and all of her Beyoncé-ness. She finishes performing, hands me the microphone and says, was that okay? Friends and family, yours, enemies, strangers, in every argument, in every encounter, every exchange, I will tell you, they all want to know one thing: was that okay? Did you hear me? Do you see me? Did what I say mean anything to you?
So the video that you just watched definitely needs to remind you that each and every person has an area that they might be insecure about. And even if they've reached a certain stage, they still want to be reminded that they have something significant to contribute. People, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miriro and this is Miriro Moments. I really do hope you decide to join the family by subscribing down below and clicking the notification bell so that you get notifications whenever I post a new video. So thank you so much to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much to all those who have been around for the longest time. We are growing and it's quite exciting. Please kindly share all these videos that I create so that we grow. I really want to reach at least 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So today we're going to be talking about confidence. This is something I'm so passionate about talking about, especially with fellow young women, because I believe that sometimes a lack of confidence can deter you from doing so many things. You know, it deters you from taking up opportunities because you personally don't believe in yourself and your capabilities. I have made a few notes. I have my journal with me right here. So please excuse me if I look down. So the definition of confidence is feeling sure of yourself and your abilities, not in an arrogant way, but in a realistic and secure way. It's not about feeling superior to others. It's a quiet inner knowledge that you are capable. So I'm going to share the different points I have that can assist you in building your confidence. The first point that I have is you need to be self-aware. You need to know what your strengths are. You need to know what your weaknesses are. What personality type are you? What characteristics have you built over time? The habits that you have that make you you. Because when you are self-aware, there's certain things that you are able to work on that somebody who has not made the effort to get to know themselves will not be able to. People will not be able to use even your weaknesses against you because it's something that you're already aware of. It's something that you might already be working on. I also believe that it's so important for you to maximize on your strengths as a person. Each and every person has an area that they're really strong in. And when you maximize on those strengths, your weaknesses aren't as significant anymore because you know that in this area, come rain, come thunder, you know what? I have this under lockdown. Excuse the pun. The second point I have is self-love. Wow. Self-love, guys. Nowadays, you find that a lot of people talk about self-love. You know, we see people on social media in their white robes and towels and they go to the spa and, you know, they treat themselves and they're like, oh my gosh, this is self-love. And I definitely think that that is an aspect of self-love, but it goes much deeper than that. Self-love, it's from inside, from within, and then outwardly, you know? And a lot of people are able to come up with things that they don't like about themselves. Like if I were to ask you right now, what don't you like about yourself? You're like, oh my gosh, this, that, and that. But right now, if I were to ask you, what is it that you love about yourself? What is it that you really appreciate? Just 3 things. In like a minute, are you able to name like, oh my gosh, I love this and this and this about myself? I believe that we owe ourselves the same kindness that we owe to other people. If you wait for other people to love you the way you expect to be loved, most times you get disappointed because people are fickle. One day they might like this about you, they might love this about you. The next they might be annoyed with you, they have other things to say about you. So if you want to draw your confidence from what other people are going to constantly be telling you, then then you are kind of standing on shaky ground because they're never going to be constant. But you yourself can definitely work on ensuring that the way you view yourself, the way you love yourself is in a way that is going to build you as a person. Another thing about self-love, guys, it also involves taking good care of yourself. That's where the outward comes in. Are you brushing your teeth? Are you bathing? Also, are you just grooming yourself? I sincerely believe in the term look good, feel good. You know what I mean? There are just times where I just feel like, girl, you need to dress up, you need to look amazing. The third point that I have is comparison is the thief of joy. Most times, our confidence is thwarted by us constantly looking at the next person and forgetting that we are in our own journeys, right? Be it in your academics, be it in your life career path, be it it's a business that you're starting, be it the way somebody speaks, be it the dressing, anything. If you constantly compare yourself, you will find that you are robbing yourself of that joy. And most times you're looking at people who are working towards their purpose, people who are building, and your own life is at a standstill because you're constantly thinking, oh my God, what's the next person doing? What is the next person doing? We definitely need to stop comparing ourselves. The fourth point I have is you need to start doing the things you fear most. Our biggest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our biggest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. And most times you cannot realize your power until you allow yourself to try something new. We deter ourselves from trying those things and we're robbing ourselves of those things. So in building confidence, you also need to practice because practice makes perfect. And how do you practice unless you start or you try something new? And that leads me to my next point. You need to be willing to fail. I think a lot of people who have made significant contributions to our world today are people who have been willing to fail. If you look at inventors, if you look at people who are in the public eye today, and they might not even be in the public eye, people around you who have done significant things, they're people who are able to fail. I will tell you right now, even with this video, I tried filming it before, it was blurry. I shared it on my Instagram, it was blurry, and I'm like, Lord, really? Why? But I was willing to fail, and now, if you're watching this video, it means that I have won, and I was willing to fail in order for me to be able to deliver something that I felt was of value. You are human, there are times where you're going to fall short, but what you take away from those failures is the most important thing. You need to be able to learn from your failures. I sincerely believe that it's one of those necessary things that will stretch you, that will make you become a better person. Trust me, I have failed plenty times in my life in different areas, and I can definitely attest to this. The next point that I have is you need to build a strong personal brand. As individuals, we are brands in ourselves, right? And the thing is, wherever you go, you are representing something. When your mother's friend sees you, they are saying, oh, my friend's child. When somebody who knows you from maybe your church group, oh, my church member. When somebody sees you from school, oh, my school colleague, right? And that in itself is supposed to be a sort of holistic view of who you are as a person. If we are to take people who know you from different walks of life, what can they say about you? Are you a consistent person? Are you reliable? Can people trust that you're going to deliver whatever it is that you say you are going to deliver? You know, it's so important as a person to work on yourself and your personal brand and how you carry yourself. And what is it that you're posting on social media? Because people associate some of those things to who you are, you know? And I believe that it's something that we have to be very cognizant of, because again, you are surrounded by other people and some opportunities are interlinked to other people. I think it's also important for you to even think about, what is it that people would say about me if I were not in the room? Because sometimes your brand will speak for you when you're not in anyone else's presence. Like, oh my gosh, let's think of this person, maybe they should do this. And the next point that I have is don't be isolated. You need to surround yourself with like-minded people. If there is something that really feeds into your confidence, when you have people who are speaking positively into your life, and this is not to say you should listen to every voice. in this world, number one. And number two, the person who informs who you are and your identity can only be God. But it is very valuable to have people who have your best interests at heart. When you are working on something, they can give you honest feedback so that you better yourself. You definitely don't want to surround yourself with people who, number one, are going to be lying to you, or number two, could care less about what happens in your life, because that doesn't build you as a person. The next point that I have is you need to be able to celebrate yourself. Give yourself a young pat on the back and say, you know what? You killed it. You did well. Because if you are constantly thinking of what's next, I can do better, then you are unable to recognize the growth in your life. I think it definitely boosts your confidence when you are able to recognize, when you're able to be grateful, like, wow, this is where I am now. This is where I used to be. The next point that I have is authenticity. There will never be another person like you. I cannot stress the importance of being able to own your story. And there's a significance in your story. I remember speaking to this young lady who is going for her first ever job interview. She was actually a little worried about what it is that she would say in the interview, because she hadn't served in any society or had not been a leader in school and all that, right? And I remember asking her, what is your story? What makes you you? Do you come in second, third, last born in your family? Because that informs how you experience the world, right? Have you suffered any loss? What's your story as a person? And I remember she shared something that is so significant. Her father passed away. So when the father passed away, the mom had to take care of all the children. So she started a spaza shop, right, where they live. And the reason why she couldn't take part in any extracurricular activities was because she had to go home and assist her mother in selling things back home. And I was like, how amazing is that? So because of that experience, you can say you have gained interpersonal skills. You were working with customers. You have been able to have organizational skills. You know how to, you are good at sales and all those things. But where does she derive that from? From her personal story. So even when you get into a room, it's so important for you to own your story and be authentic and say, you know what? This is who I am. This is how I've experienced the world, and being unapologetic about that. The last point that I have is you need to be able to keep your promises to yourself. I, at times, do really badly in this, but I think it's so important because it definitely boosts your confidence if you're able to live up to the promises that you have set for yourself. If you tell yourself that today, this is exactly what I want to do, you need to be able to do those things. Your mind has to be in control of your flesh. You cannot, and I think a lot of disciplined people, that's what they have mastered. You are unable to keep the promises that you set for yourself. You yourself start believing that you're unreliable. So even when you're like, I'm gonna do this, it's like, I'm probably not going to do it anyway. So what's the point? And that definitely robs you of the confidence that you would have even when it comes to dealing with other people, because you know your capabilities and where you're falling short. So I definitely think that it's important to be more intentional about keeping the promises that you set for yourself. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I really do hope you enjoyed it. Do give it a massive thumbs up if you did, and comment down below if you have any extra points that could assist someone in terms of how they can build their confidence. Please do subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you in the next video. Toodles, bye.